welcome back to my channel. I'm Heather Colleen. If this is your first time watching, I just want to let you know what my channel is about. I'm here to talk about emotional, physical, and mental health. So I have experienced all three of those, and I am here to share my journey and to just talk about all of those because there's so much to talk about with those three. You know, it's not just one little detail about each one. There's just so much, you know. Everybody has experienced like a totally different life. No one is on the same page as to like, oh, I've had that exact same life as you had. I grew up the exact same way as you grew up. So everyone's different, you know. And I'm here to support everybody, and I'm here to share with everyone and just let you know that you are all not alone. So if you have any questions or anything that you want to talk to me about privately, you can always message me. I am on also Instagram and Facebook. I will link those down below. And if you will, just please subscribe to my channel, click that bell down below, and you'll get notifications when I upload a new video. Okay, so I am talking about self-love Sundays. So self-love is just far more than just, you know, the word self-love. Self-love goes into a really deep-rooted thing, and that's what I want to talk about today. There's material things with self-love, like, oh, I love myself today, so I'm going to go get a pedicure, or I'm going to go buy myself a purse because I deserve it. That's all great, and that's wonderful too. But self-love, to get down to the nitty-gritty, is a lot of work, and it has took me many years to understand what the true meaning of self-love was, until it just clicked one day to me. And I have literally went through, you know, therapy. I went through tons and tons of self-help books, and you know, it just never really resonated with me, because it really starts with you. It is just about you. So a lot of self-love comes from insecurity, which was a huge thing for me. I was super insecure. You know, I always grew up, when I grew up, I was very thin, super thin. I was just a very insecure person, like throughout my whole life. And that is not self-love. You know, you don't want to be insecure, and you don't want to compare yourself to others. And I always compared myself to others, always comparing myself like, oh, wow, she has really beautiful hair. I wish I could have hair like that. You know, what does she use? You know, there's not one exact same DNA, right? So my DNA is not your DNA, and your DNA is not my DNA. So no one's going to be the exact same. We all need to remember that and just love who we are. You know, there's a lot of even beautiful models, you know, who have came out and talked about how insecure they are, and they're insanely gorgeous. And it's just, you know, it's because they're comparing themselves to others, and they're never truly, you know, sitting alone with themselves and understanding what the root of the problem is. So, you know, that's where I feel like self-love comes from. I feel like it's within, and it starts within, and then you can use it outward, right? I mean, that's how I feel. Everybody has their different opinions, of course, and once again, I am not a doctor, but these are just my opinions and my observations throughout my many years of really battling with this, because it wasn't like I didn't want to self-love, and it wasn't like my mom and dad never, like, you know, encouraged me to love myself. They always did, especially my mom. But I just had a really hard time believing it, and I don't know why I did at the time. But I feel like it was because of comparison. Comparison is really the killer of all. Like, it really just, I'm like, gosh, why am I so tall? Why can't I be shorter? Why do I have these long legs? Or, you know, why is my body like this and not like hers? It's just all these things we think about, you know. And the thing is, this is how we're made. Now, everything can be changed in a certain condition, you know. Say you want to exercise more. I feel like that's also self-love, taking care of yourself, like from the inside, so it can come out. So there's, like I said, different aspects of self-love. So let's self-love. Self-love is being aware of who you're with too, because I was extremely mistreated in my relationships. I was extremely, used, extremely emotionally abused by my relationships. I mean, horribly emotionally abused by name calling, putting me down, um, not listening to me. I dated somebody for a while who would never touch me, and that was also a form of abuse because they would be upset with me, and that was their way of saying, well, sorry, I'm not talking to you today, and that's how they treated me. Just kind of like I was, a POS, let's put it that way. And I look back now and I'm just like, wow, I can't believe I let somebody treat me so horribly. And that wasn't self-love. I didn't know at that moment I was really being mistreated and abused, but I had to really work through that. My close family members know, like, the couple people that I dated after my ex-husband and I divorced, so they're aware and they've seen it. And I even have a very close friend who is just she's amazing and I love her, and she just couldn't stand to see me hurting so much, because I would hurt so much, because it's like I just wanted to give so much because I wanted them to just love me so much. And that's not self-love. I had to realize that I deserve a whole lot and more, and you deserve a whole lot and more. But it's also the compromising. It's also being self-aware of who you are with, listening to your intuition, knowing if this is the right person. Does this feel right? Because I did not listen to my intuition for a long time. I would sit there with somebody that I was dating. I would get a really weird vibe and ignore it. Or I would want to say something and I'm like, okay, I want to talk to this person, but I can't. And I would just shove it all in and not speak. My really good friend uses the example of The Little Mermaid. It's, when Ursula takes away her voice and she just shrivels up and she can't speak and she can't say anything. And that is exactly how I was feeling. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't want to be like this. This is how I lived for a long time, and I want to be able to talk to the person that I love. I want to be able to feel the love from them to me. I want to be able to say what's on my mind and then go, okay, let's talk about that, and not feel like if I say something, I'm going to be screamed and yelled at for an opinion that I have. And, that's something that I just really had to let go. I had to let go. Self-love is also letting go of things that do not serve a purpose in your life, things that are not bringing, joy and love and just fulfillment to your life. My kids bring me joy, love, and fulfillment. Trust me, there are days where and moments where they do not, come on now, let's be real. But for the majority, they do. They are just amazing and they make me happy. And there's nothing better than having all my girls together with me and, watching a movie or going to the movies and having lunch with them. It's my favorite thing. It really is. And, that's a form of self-love. It's just that high energy, that vibration that, you have. But that's how I feel about self-love. Self-love is just being aware, knowing who you are, knowing your worth, your value, knowing that it's, this is for men, not just for women, obviously, just knowing when you're with the right person. So, and don't be mistreated, have somebody that you're with treat you with respect. And so I just want to really point out, if you're having issues with, comparing yourself to other people, you're having issues with being insecure, or you're having issues with, being in a relationship and you feel like you can't talk, or you're doing so much for this person but not enough for yourself, maybe take a break, reassess your life. I would write your goals down. That's what I do all the time. I find that to be so motivating, what you want to accomplish, and really try to set even the smallest goals, like maybe waking up a little bit earlier so you can go to the gym, or waking up a little bit earlier so you can have some time to yourself in the morning before the kids get up, or goals at night, packed lunches, packed my lunch, or whatever it is, take time for yourself and do that. It's a huge thing. I also think self-love is also a form of loving within, taking care of our bodies. I feel like exercise is self-love, because taking care of your body and just moving it, you're living with inside yourself. So how does your body feel? Are you hurting? Is it painful to move? What's going on inside? I would sit with that as well, because I'm a yoga teacher, on the side, and I also do massage therapy, not licensed yet, but I have a couple people that I massage on the side as well. And I can feel like all the, knots and tension in their body during my yoga practices. A lot of people complain about their backs, their hips, and, me. So, but, find what works for you. Find something that's healthy for you. I don't feel like exerting yourself at the gym and getting crazy with weights is going to be a healthy option sometimes, because it hurts. We're in pain. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're having insecurities and self-love, is something that you're working on, find something that's gentle to you. Take care of yourself first, and then maybe, do something different that you feel like you want to do. Set your goals. You have to train yourself to give yourself self-love, because your brain doesn't work like that, because it's all ego. It's like, oh no, I want to look good in this. I want to do this, and I want to do that. I want to have this, what that person has. And that's how we work. That's how our ego is. And we have to kind of just draw that back to ourselves and realize the importance of, where we're at right now, what we have, and be grateful for that. I just find like taking care of yourself is extremely important. So if you have any questions regarding health or whatever, feel free to ask me anything that I can definitely give a ton of different advice in. Just find a healthy way of life to be good. And I know that sounds cliche, but when someone asks if I, oh, what do you eat? I eat the necessity. Like I eat, protein, I eat my veggies, I eat my fruit, and I drink a ton of water. But I love my coffee, and I like to enjoy wine and have a good time too, so I'm not perfect. Maybe start with, like I said, the small stuff, like doing the small steps, writing your goals down. So, but I really wanted to have this video on Self-Love Sunday about the truth behind self-love. It's not about like, I'm gonna go get a pedicure, I'm gonna go get a manicure today and give myself self-love. It really starts within, because you have to be happy with yourself and fulfilled with yourself in order to find that self-love. And it's, like I said, has taken me so long, and I am so happy where I'm at now, and I just find so much peace in my life and so much joy, and I'm very happy with who I am, and I'm only continuing to grow as a human, as a person, and I'll have my times where I'm gonna have to really self-reflect, and that's okay. There's times that I have to do that during the week. Like, I have bad days. Friday, for some reason, I woke up and I'm like, God, I'm in a funk this morning. I don't know what it was. I don't know, the energy. It wasn't even a full moon. I don't know what was going on, but you know what? I got through it. I feel like affirmations are such an important thing for self-love too. And I feel the words when I say them. I feel that vibration. I feel that love for myself. And, I'm sorry guys if some of this sounds really corny to you, but whatever works for me may not work for you. Let's just go that way. So everyone, like I said, is different. People can go through their whole lives without meditating, without really getting to the root of who they are and just ignore it all. And then there's some people who really want to know their self-worth, who really want to know and get to the root of who they are, to let things go, to have more space and create more space from within to allow that good, healthy energy to flow in. And that's me. I want to let go of all the negative. I want to let go of my past. I want to move on with my life and be at a healthy place for myself, mainly for myself, because that way I can be the role model for my children. So I want them to not grow up with these horrible insecurities, comparing themselves to others. I want them to love themselves. I want them to be happy with themselves. We're going to have our insecurities, and I'm still going to have some. It is part of life, but it's, for me now, I'm self-aware of it. So I'm like, oh, I'm feeling that. Why am I feeling this way? And then I get to the root of it, and then I let it go. Understanding how we're feeling so we can, mentally, physically, and emotionally move on from it and know, that we're loved by us, by ourselves, and also realize you are not just loved by just you. I'm sure if you have children, you are so loved by them no matter what. No matter what, they love you. You are loved by friends. You are loved by family. And if you feel like you're alone, you're not. There's a lot of people who I'm sure really care about you and respect you and honor you. You just have to realize that, and you have to love yourself first in order to really receive that vibration into your life as well. So I hope that I did okay on my first self-love talk. Like I said, I'm still new at this. This is my second video, but I do want to discuss more, like I said, every Sunday self-love talks, because I find it to be something that can really encourage women and really encourage men. I mean, self-aware, all this is just such a big thing. And any questions or anything you want me to address in my next Self-Love Sunday, I am really excited about Self-Love Sundays, because like I said, I just really am empowered to help everybody, only because this world is it's crazy, you never know what's real, you never know what's fake, and becoming self-aware and loving yourself, you can open up all that to understand, yes, that's not real. Yes, that's fake. Or yes, I wasn't being told the truth in this situation. So that's how I feel self-love is. It starts with you loving yourself, and then doors open up. So I hope that you enjoyed my video, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. I have not yet picked a topic for my Wednesday one, but I will definitely let you guys know by Monday what I'll be discussing. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful Sunday. Just remember that you are beautiful and you are loved, and don't let anyone take that away from you. Please don't ever let anyone take that away from you. Okay, so you have a wonderful Sunday. Bye.